Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Today we're going to find out about the Spencer County CASA, or Court Appointed Special Advocates, and that program in Spencer County and how you can help. Joining us in the studio is Katie Thompson. Katie is the Executive Director for the Spencer County CASA.
Yes.
And also joining us is Genesa Simon, and Genesa is on the board for CASA in Spencer County. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's find out what is CASA. What does it mean to be a court-appointed special advocate?
A CASA is the voice of a child in court, in the court proceedings. The volunteer will go to court and speak on behalf of the child, let the judge know the child's wishes and the child's needs.
And this is because really kids can't speak necessarily in court,
Right.
or I mean an 8-year-old may not know what the judge is asking.
Exactly.
So this court-appointed special advocate is actually going into the home and seeing how the kids
Yes.
are living?
The CASA goes into the home and sees the child twice a month. They go to the home and see the child. They go to the school to see the child. They speak to everyone in the child's life, including biological parents, foster parents, relatives, doctors, therapists, all of that, to get all of the information of what's going on in this child's life at the time to give the judge recommendations on what is in the best interest of the child.
And it's a volunteer that does this.
Yes,
Okay.
all of our advocates are volunteers.
It takes a very special person to do that.
Yes, it does.
In Spencer County, how, and we'll direct this question to Genesa,
Okay.
how are you on volunteers? Are you needing more CASAs? Are there more
Absolutely.
kids than there are CASA?
Yes. Currently, we have 53 CASAs, but and they serve a total of 108 children right now. But we have 26 children on the waiting list, so we always need CASAs, and we actually have training groups 3 to 4 times a year. So there's always an opportunity to get into the training class. They go through. Everybody has to be 21 years old, but we've got a wide range. It's really for anybody. Currently, our volunteers are as young as 26 all the way up to 83 years old. So, and some work full-time, some work part-time. Actually, 50% of them work full-time. So there is, some room there, even if you do work full-time, to volunteer. So,
If somebody would volunteer, how much time are they giving? What sort of commitment are they making?
The average is 8 to 10 hours a month for a volunteer.
Okay. But you don't just get to be a volunteer, you need to be trained.
Right.
And there was something too, you need to be trained in the county that you're going to be being a
Yes.
CASA in.
Yes.
Okay. Can we talk about that? First of all, what happens in training? Where are they trained?
And the training takes place either at the office or at our Spencer County CASA office, or we have other facilities that we can use. There are different times every time. Sometimes we have a day class, sometimes we have an evening class to try to accommodate everybody who wants to be a volunteer. Everybody's availability is different. They go through 30 hours of training. It is court observation time and then 6 weeks of classes. It's one night a week, usually for 3 hours at a time. So.
And then after that, they would get appointed to a child or a situation.
Yes.
And would they represent just one child, or is it possible they'll represent a family?
They can represent sibling, if there's sibling groups. Sometimes we put more than one volunteer if we have a large sibling group of 6 or 7 or 8 kids. But we do have some volunteers that do large sibling groups by themselves, and then some of them are only one child or 1 or 2 children.
And now if somebody is a volunteer, they're not really giving money. They're basically giving their time and their expertise, and they are the voice of the child in court.
Yes.
Right? But you do need money to operate. So I guess the board and you as the executive director know that, it takes money to do this. How do you get money? How can people help the Spencer County CASA?
well, we have fundraisers throughout the year, but if you're not able to volunteer, you can always support us through a donation. And we don't just take donations from individuals. We take donations from companies, corporate sponsors. So there's several ways to give to Spencer County CASA. You can go on our website on spencercountycasa.org or to our Facebook page to get more details on that.
Okay, and they just simply could write you a check if they'd like.
Absolutely,
and that would be
yeah.
a great help. Or somebody's
even
maybe doing a
received some,
fundraiser,
yeah.
they want to dedicate that money to CASA.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's an unfortunate need that there is. And many counties, not all counties have a CASA system, but it's great that Spencer County does, and Du Bois
Yes.
County does, and I'm not sure Crawford, maybe Orange, they're working to get some there. What difference does it make for these kids? Is it really that important for these kids that they have this voice?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, we see a big difference that it makes when the judge has told us many times that we are bringing him valuable information and that he really values our program in our county and bringing him those wishes and needs of the children.
If there's some qualifications that it takes to be a CASA, obviously big heart is number one. What are some qualifications that they would need?
You have to be 21 years of age,
Okay.
and you have to go through a screening process and just have a big heart for children and wanting to volunteer. Those are the only requirements.
Is it heart-wrenching for some of these CASA to do the work that they do?
It definitely can be. It's hard work. It's, it's very sad that the children are going through this, and we try to be the light to them, the happiness that they need.
Yeah, you could be the one thing that
Yes.
in court can make a difference for a child, because you as the CASA, the court-appointed special advocate, can say to the judge, he can't go back or she can't go back to the home that they were living in because of this, this, and this, which I have seen.
Yes.
Or it's time for them to go back because of this, 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 and that I have seen.
Absolutely.
What is the goal of CASA? What's the ultimate goal? Is there like...
The ultimate goal is to let the children have a voice in court. The law is reunification with the parent, so we support DCS in that goal ultimately, but that can't always be achieved. And so the CASA is there to be the voice of the child for what they want and what we believe is in the best interest of them for the end goal.
And it's really unbiased, except that it's biased toward the children.
Exactly,
Yeah, for
yes.
whatever's best for that
We
child.
are the voice of the child, and that is it.
Okay. So if somebody would like to make a donation, they can contact the Spencer County CASA and make a donation that way.
Yep,
Is there anything
absolutely.
else that you'd like to add?
We will be starting a training class sometime in June. We would love to have new volunteers. We have 26 on the waiting list, like she said. They can go to our website, spencercountycasa.org, or our Spencer County CASA Facebook page to apply to become a volunteer.
Okay, and if somebody would miss the June training, that's not a big deal because
Right.
you train again.
We have them
right?
typically about every 3 to 4 months. We
So-
have a training class.
Okay, so you can really come in anytime
Yes.
that you'd like.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, ladies, thank you very much for being with
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, we've had as our guest Katie Thompson, who's the Executive Director for Spencer County Court-Appointed Special Advocates, or CASA. Also, we have had Genesa Simon. She is on the board of the Spencer County CASA. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for
you.
watching
Thank you.
WJTS. We are local people watching local people.